Hello everyone. Welcome back to all you board regulatory bodies and welcome to your session that is answer writing session. ठीक है? आज भी बहुत सारे कम स्टूडेंट्स ने आंसर सबमिट किया है, so congratulations to all of you. ठीक है? So let's start our discussion directly. As less of the people have submitted their answer, ऐसे ही प्रिपरेशन करना और बाद में जब आपके स्कोर्स नहीं आएंगे 2 मार्क्स 3 मार्क्स से आपका जब सिलेक्शन नहीं होगा, then we always cry. ठीक है? So it started well, our answer writing session, but what I've seen is that many of the students are now being so lethargic to write the answers. Anyways, let's discuss about today's question. It was very beautiful question. एक गवर्नमेंट स्कीम और एनालिसिस का थोड़ा सा मिक्सचर था. बहुत बढ़िया इसका आंसर लिखा है मैंने, तो जस्ट कॉपी इट बिकॉज दैट्स व्हाट वी कैन यू कैन डू. I expected that many of the students will write the answers, but surprisingly there are very less answers with me. I even checked it out, and very few answers are there. Actually, I personally feel that there was very high chance that many students will write this particular answer, but it's not the case. Very few answers have been written. Okay, so anyways, let's try to look at the answer, and this is our only answer which has been submitted today. There are no more answers for today's question. Okay, I checked it out, and yes, so let's check the answer. So what was the question here? I will again discuss the question with you. Given the vulnerability of Indian agriculture to vagaries of nature, discuss the need for crop insurance. First, discuss the need. Discuss in the sense, bring all the points which you know. Tell why do we need crop insurance. And second, bring out is nothing means simple. State the points. Bring out what? Salient features of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. After that, you can even mention challenges and recommendations also of the government. Okay, and data also, some of one of the kind which substantiates this particular scheme or shows the success of these schemes or differentiates this scheme from the other agricultural schemes. Is it okay? Next, let's try to look at what Khushi has written in her answer. The farmer's lifeless body found hanging from the ceiling, and its relatives flocked his hut lamenting. Now, one strict instruction I will give it to you. When you are writing an answer, yes, you can write such anecdotes, uh, such quotes, really great. But the problem is that you have to understand that you are having word limit with you. Okay, so word limit is there. You cannot put out quotes. So essentially, I will definitely advise you write quotes in your essays. If you are writing it in your answer, then it should be a quote which is actually connecting with the question which has asked. Here, the quote is connecting. Okay, there is no doubt that this quote is wrong. It's correct. So the quote is starting the introduction that how vagaries of agriculture or vagaries of nature are responsible for destruction of cropping, and that one statement gives you enough information. These lines paint the picture of despair, tragedy, reflecting the harsh realities faced by many farmers in rural area. The imagery suggests the farmer may have taken his own life potentially due to financial stress, crop failure, crippling debt, and unfortunately common in many agrarian communities. Very beautiful, no problem. But look at this introduction. The introduction itself has taken how much lines? What I had told you, introduction should be of 3 to 4 lines, and here she has already taken at least 8 lines. Okay, next. Now she talks about the importance of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. She talks about the risks. 60% of population dependent on the natural, like the natural support or factors, monsoons, crop insurance, etc. And then she then she directly comes to the need of crop insurance. She has written good heading, could be bolder, but good heading she has written. For each heading, she has also written paragraph. I personally felt that why to write paragraph? Write two points after your heading. It would have made your answer more structured. Okay, each 2 points could be supported with some example and data. More structure, more value addition, and examiner can view it directly. Weather uncertainty, she's talking about unseasonal rainfall. Talk about variability of rainfall also. She talks about drought, floods, but today drought and floods that much don't affect your agriculture. You can mainly concentrate on how variable and how unseasonal the rainfall is, how the skewed distribution of rainfall is in the Indian geography. Talk about the crop failures which are because of the climate change and droughts. Okay, climate change and droughts. Okay, financial protection. Talk about that how impervious or maybe how much risky the farmers are in context of their finances. Then economic stability, when we are talking about like crop failures because of natural disaster which can disrupt food supply, inflation and rural demand. And lastly, to protect economy from reducing agricultural losses. So 3 points, very good points. Then encouraging investment. Now she's talking about that how if insurance is available, the risk of the farmer reduces automatically. When risk is reduced, the extra money which farmers have in their hand, they can use it for boosting productivity and utilizing that in various technologies, etc. Great. She talks about financial inclusion at the end, that how crop insurance promotes more financial inclusion. How? See, if you want insurance, you need bank account, you need a proper formal structure of the institutional credit availability with you. Insurance is nothing but a way of credit availability only for risk concerns, right? But it creates bank accounts, it brings farmers from informal channels to formal channels. Very beautifully written first some points. My problem was only that she also started well. Okay, my problem is only associated with the length. If Khushi is able to reduce this length, lovely answer she has written today. So I was disappointed that number of answers are less, but whatever one answer I got, it was so beautiful. Out of all the answer rating series which I've seen, Khushi gets 12 marks out of 15. I can even give her 13 marks because of her creativity. She has tried to give her best in the answer. So I think you are right, doing your preparation rightly. You are doing your preparation. Keep doing it. My advice for you would be structure the answer well. It could be more better. See here, data is lacking, examples are lacking. Add those. Okay, Kushi. And second thing, most important of all, थोड़ा सा वर्ड लिमिट पे ध्यान दो. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा वर्ड लिमिट पे ध्यान दो. ऐसा ना हो कि तुम बहते चले जाओ एंड वर्ड लिमिट की वजह से मार्क्स कट हो जाए. ठीक है. Then she's talking about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and the salient features. So low premium rates, ठीक है भाई, premium rates कम है. इससे क्या होता है, आपकी जो स्कीम है, affordability to small and marginal farmers. Okay. Next, comprehensive risk coverage, in the sense what are the multiple risks which are covered. Fantastic point. Many of the students would have forgot this point. सबसे बड़ा salient feature प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना का ये है, the biggest flex and the biggest feature is the comprehensive risk coverage. Take standing crop loss, take post harvest loss, take localized calamity, take prevented sowing, all these points. And very beautifully, see here, this is the main heading, these are the subheading. Each subheading had some explanation. If one example, small 2 line 3 line example was there, again beautiful it would have become. But fantastic, the second point was one of my favorite points. Technology use, that is nothing but how technology can be used to look at accurate damage analysis and assessment. And lastly, mandatory voluntary coverage. It is nothing but how mandatory farmers, it would be made mandatory for the farmers for institutional credit. So that scheme is voluntary for non-loany farmers. In the sense, if you have taken the loans, ensuring more participation and more formalization of credits. Okay. Lastly, she's talking about streamline claim settlement. In the sense, compensation is transferred directly to the farmer. No like in between middlemen are there. And government supports where 50 to 90% of premium in the region is given by government only. Lastly, impact and challenges. She had smartly written the challenges here. She understood that अरे word limit ज़्यादा हो रहा है. So very smart move by Kushi. And then she has written conclusion. As I told you, only one student submitted the answer. I'm really proud that whatever the student submitted, it was one of the fantastic answers from a very long time. I will give 12.5 marks out of 15, and very wonderful answer, and try writing such answers only. Everybody take the inspiration. At least answer नहीं लिख सकते हो, at least brainstorm कर लो जितना जितना student ने किया है. Okay. Other than that, I'm trying to look into that if there are any other answers submitted, but I'm pretty sure that no. I think that was the only answer which is there. Now let us look at the answer. My answer is not that creative as Khushi's answer is. My answer is very simple, sober, but highly structural. Let's talk about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana in 3 to 4 lines. Indian agriculture is vulnerable to unpredictable forces of nature, drought, flood, unseasonal rain, pest. 58% of the population lives on agriculture, and crop failure and such events can lead to socio-economic distress in the rural community. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is from 2016. It provides comprehensive crop coverage. That's it. Directly आगे हम 3 lines में सीधा point पे आगे. Body. Why do we need crop insurance? Look at my points. First is vulnerability of climate change. I'm talking about monsoons. Also, I'm talking about how much India's cultivable area, total cultivable area is 100%. 52%, half of that area is completely dependent directly from monsoon. Okay. I'm also talking about crop insurance provided, which provides financial compensation, reducing the risk, डेटनेस, इंडेक्टनेस एंड सुसाइड ऑफ फार्मर्स. तो सीधा हमने पहले क्या बताया कि भाई क्लाइमेट चेंज जो हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ विच नेचुरल फोर्सेस आर डिस्ट्रॉइंग द क्रॉप्स, उसको तो यार ये इंश्योरेंस कवर करता है. नेक्स्ट, अनप्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द क्रॉप यील्ड. We are talking about other than nature. Let's talk about weather. Let's talk about pest. Let's talk about disease. For instance, locust attack of 2020 destroyed the cropping of Rajasthan, but the farmers which were from under the umbrella term of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, definitely they were covered under insurance. Encouraging risk taking and innovation. So farmers often stick to the traditional crop, but crop insurance promotes risk taking, allows farmer to adopt new techniques. Why? Because farmers को वो थोड़ा सा बैकिंग दे देता है कि अरे क्रॉप फेलियर हो गया तो टेंशन मत लो, मेरे पास इंश्योरेंस है, तो इंश्योरेंस आपको कवर कर लेगा. तो फार्मर क्या बोलता है, अरे इंश्योरेंस है ना, तो मैं क्यों टेंशन लूं, आई शुड नॉट बी प्लांटिंग ओनली राइस एंड व्हीट दिस टाइम, लेट मी प्लांट सम वेजिटेबल दिस टाइम. सो ऐसे वो आपको रिस्क टेकिंग बिहेवियर के लिए एनकरेज करता है. दिस ऑल्सो आप एक कीवर्ड यूज कर सकते हो, इट कन्वर्ट्स योर एग्रेरियन कम्युनिटी टू एग्रेरियन बिजनेसेस. द अप्रोच फ्रॉम एग्रेरियन कम्युनिटी टू एग्री एंटरप्रेन्योर्स. ठीक है, शार्क टैंक का कमलेश देखा होगा आपने. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू इन दिस पॉइंट. रिस्क टेकिंग बिहेवियर और इनोवेशन तभी हो सकता है when today the innovation can only happen when two things are there. One, need is there, and second, definitely आपका पेट भरा हुआ होना चाहिए. That means you should have some money with you. So that is why insurance coverage is very important. Safeguarding livelihood and ensuring food security. Food security, that is, it is nothing but suppose आपका crop failure हुआ तो massive rural unemployment and poverty could be there. Not only that, the food supply chain also will be disrupted. एक simple COVID-19 का example ले लो. Simple lockdowns resulted into blockage and the bottlenecks were so severe in food supply chains कि आपको आपकी पसंदीदा सब्जी नहीं मिल रही थी. Even after lockdown, onions were not available, tomato, potato were not available. So it's literally the truth to understand that even certain risks happens. For example, take an example of tomatoes. So tomato mosaic virus came in 2023 and the tomato prices like skyrocketed and unavailability of tomato was there in the market. So understand this very clearly. Then salient features. We talked about that what are the real challenges and why do we need crop insurance. Now you understand. Salient feature, first is comprehensive coverage, affordable premium rate, then technological integration. It is nothing but how crop insurance mobile app is there. Now technologies like remote sensing, GPS can be used for crop loss assessment. 72 hours you are given an app or you are given a contact number, you are given a representative, you have to tell him that okay, my crop loss is happened, please come for assessment and analysis. So everything is quick. Lastly, widespread farmer enrollment. It is nothing but how today 5.5 crores of farmers are benefiting annually because of this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. It's world's largest institutional credit capacity for farmers in the world. Okay, it provides crucial safety net also. In context of farmer insurance, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana in world is I think second or third. Find out through the internet search. Okay, as far as I know, it is second or third. Then improved claim settlement. It is nothing but that how payment of 25% of assets losses to the farmers before final assessment. The provision has been provided under Fasal Bima Yojana. Direct benefit transfer is also there where everybody can get the insurances directly into their account. And lastly, voluntary enrollment and flexibility. Okay, many of the points here you will see thode they are resembling with Khushi's answer also. Now here's where my answer is different. I have also given challenges and criticism. So भाई सब कुछ ही प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना का अच्छा लिखोगे, उसमें ये भी डाल दो यार कि चैलेंजेस क्या है. पहला तो लो पेनिट्रेशन है, in the sense 30% of cultivated area is there which is only insured. So 70% is still not penetrated in context of insurance. So who is giving them insurance? Actually there is no insurance. These farmers go to artiyas, saukars, zamindars to take the loan. There is no insurance literally. Okay. Delayed claim settlement. There are also certain farmers where instances are there that the claim, like overall they have claimed, okay, for the insurance, but still there is no transfer of the insurance. So the overall the red tapeism is there. The process is very slow. And lastly, operational challenges in insurance companies. It is nothing but that how high cost of ground surveys is there. To touch different at the grassroots and last mile connectivity in the remote areas is very difficult. So how you are going to bring those farmers into the insurance lab? That's very challenging. Now comes the case studies also I have added here. So Maharashtra, you will see Fasal Bima Yojana coverage is 1.3 crore farmers. Even in 2018 floods in Kerala were there. Major of the farmers were under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and they received substantial compensation. And the next cropping cycle was successful in spite of that crop damage. Then we are talking about way forward, increasing awareness and education. Insurance education बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Strengthening institutional framework, इंसेंटिवाइजिंग पार्टिसिपेशन, मतलब आप फार्मर्स को रिवॉर्ड दो, ओके, मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ इंश्योरेंस एंड देन लेवरेजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी फर्दर. लास्टली वी आर कंक्लूडिंग दैट हाउ प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना इज एक्चुअली द पर्पस. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड पर्पस ऑफ प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना. आप लिख सकते हो कि द पर्पस ऑफ प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना इज नॉट जस्ट क्रेडिट रिस्क. इट इज नॉट क्रेडिट रिस्क, ओनली क्रेडिट रिस्क. ये प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना का पर्पस बिल्कुल नहीं है. अलॉन्ग विद रिड्यूसिंग द क्रेडिट रिस्क, मतलब सपोज आपने क्रॉपिंग किया and because of natural calamities, if there is destruction, if your crop failure is there, so that risk is there. To evade that risk, at the same time to offer financial security to the millions of farmers in the country, this is the main purpose. It's not just credit availability and risks associated with that, it is more importantly financial security to million of farmers. And this has been also discussed at World Trade Organization and various forums of WTO. So remember this very, very carefully. The main motto and mission of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is offering financial security. It is not just credit availability and credit backing. Okay, so understand very carefully. See how well structured this answer was. There are very few flaws in this answer. I'm also saying that this particular answer is not far-fetched or maybe not something really very exceptional. Personally I feel is that this overall organization, the overall answer which I'm looking at, this answer is very simple, sober, but has a structural well built foundation. Okay, it has been compartmentalized into very like proper things. There are three parts of this answer. One is the need of crop insurance, second is salient features. The third part which has been not given, which is nothing but always you have to write challenges and the solutions for them. This also shows you that you are optimistic, you are an officer. To understand this, you're preparing as an assistant manager and that's an officer position. Write need for crop insurance, write salient features. After that I have written challenges and criticism, and to that I have given way forward and recommendations. In between I have also told various case studies also, which is an add-on to your answer. I don't think there is any doubt in that. With this, I wanted to explain it further, but I don't think there is any point because many students have not written the answer only. So I hope that this session helped you out. We discussed two answers today. One was my model answer and second was Khushi's answer. Thank you very much for watching. And yes, tomorrow also the answer writing session, whatever is there, please guys, it's my heartily request that try writing your answers. Otherwise फिर यही हो जाएगा that it you will just try to copy paste the answer, which will never help you. Thank you very much. See you next time.